So there's only one reason your boy can be smiling like this from ear to ear. There's probably a few reasons I could be smiling like this, but for this video, there's only one reason I could be smiling like this from ear to ear, and that's because Kendrick, King Kunta, K-Dot, Kung Fu Kenny has just dropped his album. Album of the year. Already saying it. We only 4 months into 2017, album of the year. That's all I need. Album of the year. Video over. Holla at y'all later. Peace. At first I was a little bit hyped, and I was drinking that Henny, and don't roast my little bottle, anything is possible. I'll tell y'all what I really think about this album. I'm gonna make sure I stick to my notes, don't get too off topic like I usually do. But starting off, the album is titled Damn. Artwork it was dope to me as soon as I saw it. The first 2 tracks that I heard before the album came out, I was like, yo, this album's, I don't know what I'm gonna get, but if it's anything like these 2 songs, it's gonna be dope. Once the artwork came out, I was like, okay, I'm seeing, it's looking good. And then it dropped yesterday, April 14th, 2017. Do I listen to Kendrick on a consistent basis? Of course I do. I mean, I think Good Kid, Mad City is really when he blew up, but I didn't listen to his first album, EP, whatever it was. I think it was called like Overly Dedicated or something like that. But Section 80 is really when I started listening to Kendrick Lamar. I remember I used to talk to this girl back in the day, and she tried to tell me about Kendrick, and I was like, yo, this nigga, he's not that nice. But then my boy, he showed me the Kendrick freestyle of the song Monster by Kanye West. Y'all know the song Monster with Nicki Minaj and Rick Ross. So Kendrick spit a freestyle on that, and once I heard that, I fell in love with that dude and been listening to Kendrick ever since. I've been in Kendrick concerts. I remember like a few years ago, I saw him like 3 times in concert in 1 year. I met him. I have a signed picture, and I try to find it so I can flex on y'all fuck niggas, but I don't know where it is, so I might go look for it after I finish shooting this. But I met him, yeah, and I got a picture right here with him. But the long answer is yes, I listen to Kendrick on a consistent basis. He's in my top 3 rappers. The past 5-7 years, my top 3 rappers have been Kanye, Big Sean, and Kendrick, and all of them have had the #1 spot. It's never been one person consistently, but yes, so I do listen to Kendrick. So y'all might feel like there's a little bit of bias when it comes to this review, but just know Kendrick's in my top 3, and I do listen to Kendrick. My top 3 songs on this album, in order, and I couldn't pick 3 songs, by the way. I love every song on this album, but I couldn't pick 3, so I got 4. But starting with number 4 is Duckworth. This song, he's talking about, I'm pretty sure it's Top Dog, who I think is like his manager or something like that, but Top Dog, I'm pretty sure is Anthony in the song, if I remember correctly. And then I think Duckworth is his dad. So it's just talking about how they met and all that stuff. Number 3 is Fear, another song on the album where he's telling the story. It's talking about at 7, he was scared of getting beatings, or he had a fear of getting beatings by his mom. Then at 17, he was scared of like getting killed and stuff like that and other teenage stuff. And then at 27, he was scared about his career failing, losing money, going broke, and stuff like that. So it was a really dope story to hear on that song. 2 is Lust. That's just one of the songs. I can't explain why I like it. I mean, the beat's dope, the song's dope, like the whole setup of the song is dope. So no particular reason, he's not telling the story, but I just love that song. And then my #1 song is Element. That song just so hard to me, like that shit is so hard. The beat, the song, and then he's saying like, if you gotta slap a pussy ass nigga, you gonna make it look sexy. How you make slapping a pussy ass nigga look sexy? How you make slapping anybody look sexy, bruh? If I slap somebody, my face gonna be ugly, they face gonna be ugly because of all the aggression, and you just got slapped. You're not gonna be cute while you get slapped. But he gonna slap a pussy ass nigga and he gonna make it look sexy. God damn, only Kendrick. Only Kendrick. So moving on. So the categories, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, it's beats, lyrics, originality, and continuity. So starting off with the first category is beats. And I gotta give the beats on this album a 10. I think this might be the first time I'm giving anything a 10 in my channel. But the beats were all dope. They weren't all hard, but my issue, so, okay, sorry to backtrack real quick. So I've loved every Kendrick album I've listened to, but the last, the To Pimp a Butterfly, I was not a fan of that. Like, I know it was super conscious, lyrical, and it had a bunch of jazz beats, but y'all already know. If you're new, then you don't know, but I do not like a whole bunch of jazz beats on hip-hop albums. I love jazz, I love hip-hop, but I don't like a collaboration of the, if it's in moderation, I like it. But Kendrick, I mean, obviously on To Pimp a Butterfly, it was a lot. But on this, there were a few jazz beats, but it was in good moderation. And same with Section 80. In Good Kid, Mad City, I don't recall there being, maybe there was. If it's Kendrick, there's probably jazz beats on there. But on Good Kid, Mad City, I don't recall. But the beats, I give it 10. There were hard ones, there were good, like, slow down ones. Like, the beats were dope on this album. Lyrics, it's Kendrick. You know you're gonna get lyrics. I give it a 9, though. I don't know if y'all can hear these kids outside, but they pissing me the fuck off. These kids right outside my window talking about fucking dog. But I'm gonna continue with this video and try not to fucking pay attention. But the lyrics, I give the lyrics a 9 because I felt like in Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City, he, like, as I talked about stories earlier, he was really good at the storytelling in the last two. This one, I didn't feel like there was as much storytelling, but still a great album, still spitting bars, but it just wasn't top notch. I mean, a 9 out of 10 is still great, bro. That's a 90, that's an A. You still passing the class, you still magna cum laude, man. So Kendrick, don't worry about the 9, it's okay. Yeah, I still love you, buddy. So originality, I give it an 8. Kendrick, he's always been like a revolutionary. Section 80, I mean, that was kind of the beginning, so he wasn't changing too much. But Good Kid, Mad City, I felt like with the storytelling, I mean, it was happening a lot in old hip-hop. The state that hip-hop was in when Good Kid, Mad City came out, there wasn't a lot of storytelling going on. I mean, rappers were doing it, but it wasn't happening all the time. So it was definitely different, and it definitely wasn't something I was used to hearing, so that's why I like that album so much. But this album, and then he went to Pimp a Butterfly, and that definitely wasn't happening. Like the jazz beats, the conscious rap, I mean, it was happening, but not from a big time artist like that was able to put the state of America over his own career and be like, I want to make a top album. He did what was important and he had to send a message. Continuity, I gave it a 9. The album, and sorry to keep driving this story point, but I mean, it started off in the beginning of the album with the old lady saying he was gonna die. Then at the, like, I don't know, I just felt like the album flowed smoothly. It wasn't all over the place. Like, y'all get what I'm saying, right? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. The last thing is the overall score, and to average up all the other things, so I gave him a 10, a 9, an 8, and a 9, which comes out to 36. Divide that by 4. Check your calculator if you need to. Check your work. Comes out to a 9. So this album got a 9 out of 10. That's definitely the highest score any album has gotten since I started reviewing albums. I mean, this is only like, what, my 4th one, so it's not like it's that many. Would I recommend this album? I would definitely 100%, 1000% recommend this album. And then my final thoughts, I definitely was nervous because after To Pimp a Butterfly and then the Untitled album, I was nervous. I saw the direction that Kendrick was going, and not to say that it was bad, it just, I wasn't a huge fan of it. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm never gonna get the Kendrick that I fell in love with again. And he proved me wrong. So this album, it's great. There's honestly not a skippable song on there. Section 80 had a few skippable songs. Good Kid, Mad City had like 1 skippable song. Like, so Good Kid, Mad City, I think is the better album, but Section 80 has better songs, if that makes sense. Like, Good Kid, Mad City told the story great. It was seamless, but I think songs that, like, damn, this song is a classic, I think Section 80 had more Kendrick classic songs on there. But, it's a great album. That's all I can say. And then, so there's a conspiracy that there may be another album dropping. I don't think it's true, but a lot of people are talking about it. I've seen Complex talking about it. I'll just put the picture in this video But it pretty much started with Soundwave, which is a guy that works with Kendrick, said, what if I told you this isn't the official version? He went and backtracked and said that he was talking about the version that leaked, but I don't know. But apparently tomorrow on Easter, there might be another version dropping called Nation. So the two albums are called Damnation. And I don't know. I'll put the picture here so y'all can read it yourself. I'm not going to talk about it, but if there's another Kendrick album dropping, my head might explode. I don't know if I could take more Kendrick right now. This album is enough. My brain can't function after that. I can't handle all that, but I appreciate y'all watching. I'll holler at y'all later. Damn, go listen to it, go cop. If you don't have Apple Music, if you don't have Spotify, if you don't have Tidal, I don't know if it's on Tidal, but go listen to this album. Go illegally download it if you need to. Holla at y'all later, peace.